Peace, fam. How are you? Hope all is well. Um, right now, I'm not in the mood for all of that, up close stuff. But this is what I came on here for, right? Real quick. Um, I was just watching MSNBC, right? And I already had thought about that earlier, being as though I'm familiar. I used to live in Queens, right? So I'm kind of familiar with New York. Anyway, I was looking at this doctor, and then it was kind of disturbing. And then I said, now it all makes sense, right? So, what's going on here? Uh, these hospitals like Elmhurst and Queens, the hospitals in the Bronx. These hospitals are hospitals that's in like urban areas, right? Who are majority of the population is either black or Latin. So basically, I really believe the reason why your uh, president is pussyfooting around with these ventilators and not giving a fuck about who actually lives and who dies is because the simple fact he knows for a fact because he has these models and he has these charts and graphs that show what part of the population right now is actually dying from this virus, especially in New York, right? So it's a sin, it's a shame, but I want everybody. This is the thing. This is my seat with this, right? Now is the time you either gonna separate or die, because if you don't, you will die. If you walk in these hospitals now with COVID, in the state of New York, I think they said today, after today, there will be no more ventilators left. So, and I'm quite sure they've already been picking and choosing who they want to live and who they want to die in the moment anyway, right? But if you are black or Latin and you catch COVID in the state of New York, your chances of not living, especially after today, if you have to go on a ventilator, is zero, right? And your president, I don't care what anybody say, is purposely targeting this group of people, us, right? I just find it ironic that all of these rich white states, he's sending equipment there to these people ahead of time, knowing that New York needs these things right now, like yesterday. But I want to make this knowledge born, right? I want to make it born right now, right? There is already proof, right? There's already proof that the majority of people who are dying in New York right now, like flies, is black, right? For Latin. But Brooklyn's a hot spot. Brooklyn is the black Mecca, matter of fact, the black Medina. Let's get that, straight. But anyway, I think we need to pay attention to this. And I think at the end, for those of us who do live through this, we should be the voices for the voiceless. We should not let Trump and his administration get away with allowing, and he said it out of his own mouth. And then it was like, the way he was saying it, maybe 150, 250,000. Basically, he should have just went on and said niggers. That's why he really doesn't care about getting this equipment to New York in a adequate, or reasonable time, right? So, brothers and sisters, I want you to pay attention. And then, like, I don't know how you other states will deal with this kind of discrimination. However, I feel as though at the end of when it's all said and done, New York and all of these states who lose loved ones because of the negligence of Donald Trump and his administration should be sued, right? There should be a lawsuit slapped on Donald Trump for his negligence. And he loves to holler, oh, he stopped letting the Chinese come in, but you didn't stop letting the Europeans come in. And the Europeans were the one who actually came in here after we already saw that Italy and all these places was hotspots. And he was still letting them in this country, right? So that's negligence. And it's not hard to prove that negligence, right? Um, I'm telling you now. And then I just feel as though black people right now, because the main thing, if you do the analysis, what he keeps saying is, we got to get back to work. We got to get back to work. He ain't really talking about no white people getting back to work. He know the white people are slave masters. You know what I mean? And the blacks are the slaves. So if I was you, brothers and sisters, I would not go out there and risk my life for America in this moment, because America don't give a fuck about you. If you don't believe me, then you need to follow New York's news and see what the fuck is going on right now, right? Because Donald Trump don't give a fuck if you live or die. I'm just telling you what's going on here. I just looked at the models. I looked at the guy that was given the numbers, and he said it. He confirmed it. He said everywhere we're seeing, these high volumes are from low income urban areas. Okay, so you know Donald Trump think ain't nobody paying no attention. They think black people are stupid. They really think we dumb, but they don't realize that we're watching. We're watching everything that goes on here. And in the end, we won't forget. Just like we're not going to forget about our reparations, we're not going to forget about all of these blacks and browns that you murdered in New York, because that's murder. And then for him to sit and hold stockpiles of ventilators that doesn't belong to him, that belongs to the United States of America citizens. He works for us. We don't work for him. I don't get this man, and it's just dangerous to have him in this White House in the moment. I just got a feeling something awful. We haven't, this is just the quiet of the storm, because people really not seeing this in its totality. But wait until, the peak goes down and these nurses and stuff come out of this trauma, you know. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a serious problem. I'm just gonna give you the, thumbs up for that right now, because right now Donald Trump, I see why he's pussyfooting around. I see why he's beating around the bush. I see why he don't give a fuck, because he knows that the majority of people who are dying right now as we speak in the state of New York is black or Latin, right? I'm going to make a video later on, but I think I want to share that knowledge with you guys right now, since I just got that information. I was listening to it last night. I was listening to, one of these shows on MSNBC. So I said, okay, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. So today, the guy came on there and he confirmed it. Yes, the majority of people that's coming in these hospitals are black, mainly black and Latinos. I want you to think about that, okay? Because this shit is coming to a hood near you, right? Or project near you, right? So this right here, this is out of order and this is unacceptable. And then at the end of the day, We are the American citizens. We are the ones, we're the taxpayers here. He works for us. We don't fucking work for Donald Trump, Jared Kushner, or none of the other bozos. We don't work for them. Now, right now, this little, and I'm just shocked. People are so shocked about $1,200 stimulus package. Really? You know how much money they getting ready to steal from us? Do you know how much money is going to be stolen? I'm just hoping that we get somebody with some common sense who comes after him and makes sure if this virus don't get him before then, right? Because he got a car, he got some high vibrational karma coming his way. Best believe that. Um, to me, it's just not coming fast enough, and I don't wish things on people, but I really just hope Donald Trump um, just fade out, just get from in front of the TV because he doesn't understand how angry he actually has the American people. He's still thinking about his little constituents, his little rich friends, or the trailer park racists, but they dying too. It's coming to a trailer park near them too. Trust me. And he ain't gonna give a fuck about them. No different than he don't give a fuck about the blacks and browns dying right now. I think every 4 minutes, something like that. And the body count is rising, right? I want you guys to pay attention, do the knowledge, and pay attention to what's going on here because he's letting black people and brown people die at an alarming rate. And he's intentionally not doing anything on purpose. Now watch, when we get to Florida and all these other states, watch how quick he responds. Okay? So, in a court of law, you have two things to prove. You got to prove that a person had a guilty mind followed by a guilty action, right? If you can prove those two elements, you win the case, right? And I just think his mindset and what he's displaying and knowing the numbers and knowing the targeted race here, because I kept telling people black people is not exempt from no freaking coronavirus, because if you looked at the 1918 pandemic, black people, it was platoons, squads of black army military men who caught it. And then when you were on the streets, they said people were, once they contracted the bug, you knew in a few hours they would die, but they were so black, you couldn't tell the black people from the white people. Okay? This is not a fucking game. And right now, my heart goes out. I haven't even been on social media. I'm just doing this, and that's it. I don't even want to. Once my father returned, it was a wrap, I was like, I can't do this because this is only going to get worse. And my prediction was right. Absolutely right. I can't do it. I can't do it. Not right now. I have too much family. I have too much friends in New York. And even my other half, I worry about him every moment. It is so draining. It is so draining to know he is stuck in the midst of this madness and cannot move, can't make any moves, can't leave New York right now. It's like ground zero of the war zone, right? So I just wanted to bring that information to you. When I get some more information on that, I will be giving you an update. I've also been out here. I've been hand sewing masks. Like I said, I'm trying to stay busy while quarantined. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to make that knowledge born. Uh, to me, I don't think a black person on this planet should be working right now for corporate America or Donald Trump, knowing that they're killing our brothers and sisters left to right in New York. It's a sin and a shame, and it's gonna spread like wildflowers. It is. In the meantime, keep your vibrations high. I will get back with you guys later on, probably in the evening. Peace.